Thank y'all so much. Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was.
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all did. So much balls. There's too much balls on that rap. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Uh-oh, hit him with a zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, go ahead. I'm listening. And he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby. All right. Monday night Raw. Friday night Smackdown. Discombobulated. Friday night Smackdown is over. And it was a wild ride, honey. Let's just give you a little taste of what had happened. Huh? I'll give it to you right out the gate. Right out the gate. We're just gonna show you exactly what happened. We're not even gonna play no games. Hold on.
I said this many times before in interviews. The dream is the one that put the confidence in me. He's the first one to told me I had. Let me try to do a dream real quick. Baby, you have it. You couldn't get rid of it. You couldn't sell it if you wanted to. You are it. And we were talking.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't even going front. If Cody hadn't come back with what he came back with after Roman said that shit, Roman would have won that motherfucking promo, hands down. But let me tell you what happened. Roman took 8 minutes to come down to the ring as he normally does. And before he started his 1-2 jigamaroo, Cody came out there and subsequently interrupted all of that. Okay, Cody said, it's time out for the bullshit. I come out here to talk to you man to man, one-on-one. You don't need your 1, 2, 3, 4 goons because Paul Heyman count as 2. You need to get their asses up out of here, and it's just mano y mano. Comprende? Roman said, all right, cool, bet. You know, wise man. You can roll. Solo, you can roll. He ain't say nothing to Jimmy. He ain't say nothing to Jimmy. They all left out the ring. He was like, all right, what you want to talk about? He was like, hold up. Here, let me make it even. Let's make it so we are literally mano a mano. I'm gonna put my belts down in the middle of the ring. Let you look at them, because it's the last time you're gonna see them anyway. You ain't gonna never hold them anyway. So I'm gonna just lay them out there right quick. He's like, so what's good? What's good? What you want? You came to my house, come and calling me, come and interrupting me. Like, what you want, bruh? So Cody laid down. Cody said, listen, arguably, you the greatest champion of our era. 915 days as champion. It is undeniable what you've been able to do in the 3 years that you have been champion. No one argues that your legacy has been solidified and you are a Hall of Famer for sure. But you have also destroyed anybody who has come into your vicinity, anybody who has posed an actual threat to your dynasty, your legacy, and your tenure as champion. You have demolished them all. But you ain't never faced nobody like me. Somebody who has always been told that they never are going to make it to the top. Somebody who's always been told that what they do or what they've done isn't good enough. You ain't never faced nobody like me. And I have a habit of destroying what is built. They told me I would never amount to anything other than Randy Orton's understudy. I outgrew that. They told me I would never outgrow or outlive this Stardust character. I was able to do that. They told me a little wrestling company that I built up from the ground would be nothing more than a little indie pony show. He kind of lost me there because they still are a little indie pony show. But I digress. We ain't going to shit on it. We going to let it roll. Cody said, but I was able to do that. Okay? They also said that I would never get to the point where I would be able to compete for that championship. And I killed the noise on that too. And I'm going to do it again. At WrestleMania, I am going to dismantle everything that you have built. So Roman, he soaked it in a little bit. He said, okay. I see what it is. He said, I see how it is. Let me loosen it up a little bit. Let me school you right quick. He said, man, that's amazing. He said, I was bred for this. I was built for this since I was a child. This is my legacy. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Right? He was like, your dad, the late, great Dusty, he loved me. I was the son he never had. At least that's what they tell me. I mean, that's what Dusty tells me or told me. And I would never speak ill of your father, man. Your father is one of the greatest people in the world, especially in our world. He is a god. I never speak ill of your father. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something that he told me, which I'm pretty sure y'all heard, but I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again so you can hear it. This is what Roman said, Dusty said to him.
Okay? Hold on. I said this many times before in interviews. The Dream is the one that put the confidence in me. He's the first one that told me I had. Let me try to do a dream real quick. Baby, you have it. You couldn't get rid of it. You couldn't sell it if you wanted to. You are it. And we were talking.
He said they would talk for hours and hours about this, about me getting to the mountaintop, about me maintaining my legacy and how I'm going to dominate and how things are going to fall into place for me. And we talked about how long I could potentially be champion, how long I could maintain this ride at the top.
We talked for hours and hours about this. We talked hours and hours about building my legacy. But you know the one thing we never talked about? We never talked about you, Cody. Never. You never came up. Never in conversation, not even in passing. You were not a part of any plan. That kind of stung for Cody. Po Cody. Roman continued to double down on what Paul Heyman said. And then it finally clicked for Cody. Cody's like, damn, this isn't chess. You really believe what you're selling. You really think. He said, wow. So here we are. You didn't send Paul Heyman to rile me up or get into my head. That was a message. Because you really believe this. Well, he was like, okay. Now that I know what to do or where you coming from, I know exactly what I have to do. So he said, now you believe that you were the end all be all of Dusty Rhodes. See, you believe you achieved the dream. You believe that this is all yours. And you think that I ain't ready. You think that I'm just another one of these guys running around in the locker room making a bold statement to dismantle all that you've built. He said it's not about the story anymore. It's not about proving you wrong anymore. He said, now I have to take that legacy from you. Now I have to destroy what you built. So he said, sure, Mr. Reigns, champ, I am going to beat you for your WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. And he shook his hand. And Roman left. But Roman was rattled. And here's why. You see, when we watch these promos, usually Roman always has the upper hand. No matter how it flies, who has another promo get back, doesn't matter. And it's usually along the lines of, you always have your family here to help you. Nobody's there to take your blah, blah, blah. I'm here to dismantle what you've built. Blah, blah, blah. Roman already knows that spiel. He already knows that game. So he's prepared for that. He's ready for that. But when you make it personal, and then the person that you're making it personal about, they find a way to supersede your little mind games, it starts to click with you that this ain't just about you anymore. And that now your legacy really is threatened. Because Cody was able to switch on a dime right there in the ring. The tide has changed. Right as he was talking to you, you saw that he no longer was going to be playing your game. Every time you had Heyman be the one to be the lead out, it seems as though this was just a little mind game for you. This was just a little puppeteer situation. So Cody was able to thwart that. That didn't mean shit to him. But because you really believe what you selling, now the game has changed. It's not about telling the story or finishing the story. It's about finishing you and destroying you. And it ain't about his daddy anymore. Now Cody has something that he has to prove, not only to you, but to his father's legacy alone. And that is that despite what you hear, despite what they say about Dusty not speaking about his son or not being there for his son, kayfabe wise, okay, before people get in their feelings, despite all of that, Cody can be what his father wasn't, which is WWE champion. And that's your story. That's what they're going to lean into. And that's the best part about this feud, is that it truly is personal. Because before it was about getting the title to fulfill the American dream. But now it's about Cody solidifying his legacy. And that's the way it should be. His father had his time to solidify his legacy. And unfortunately for him, time ran out. But now Cody's on a new path because Roman put him there. So, guess you could say thank God for the tribal chief. Because it's no longer about Dusty. Roman knows that was a sore spot for Cody. And he keeps using it because he feels like that is the only way to mentally weaken his opponent. However, Roman completely forgets that his own weakness is his own narcissism. He couldn't stop talking about himself for 5 minutes. It was all about him and what Dusty said about him. And because that directly correlates to digging into Cody's craw, it very well could have. He could have gone a different route. He could have went and attacked Roman right at the moment he said what he said. But he didn't. And the good part about it is you have to understand the type of people that you're dealing with. Roman is emboldened by the crowd. And as much as he likes to pretend that he isn't, he is. He needs it. He craves it. Reaction, bad, good, loving, hateful, it doesn't matter. He needs that admiration. He needs the acknowledgement. It feeds into what he's trying to sell. And when he doesn't get that, and the crowd reacts more to someone else, he's jealous. He's upset. I'm the champion. I'm the guy. I was chosen by the greats. Everybody wants me at the top. Why are you picking him? Why are you cheering for him? I'll tell you why they cheer for Cody. Cody represents two aspects of people. Those who are not good enough and those who are considered to be mediocre. Everybody in the world can know or see, find, somebody who you deem to be mediocre or you are deemed to be mediocre. People resonate with Cody. They understand him. You can't resonate with a tyrant unless you yourself believe yourself to be one. Human emotions usually drive us. And in this case, Roman is a narcissistic tyrant. He's not a dictator. He's a tyrant. He lords with emotion, and it is always fueled by fear and anger. Cody doesn't move that way. He doesn't need to. The admiration of the crowd, it was natural. From the day he set foot in the E, he was already on their side. He never said a word. And they were already cheering and waiting with bated breath when he went up against Seth at WrestleMania. One of the biggest debuts in the world. Roman has had marquee match after marquee match after title defense, and he still has not had that type of visceral reaction to him coming out. Yes, Roman is marketable. He's at the top of the mountain. He is the guy. He will always, always, always have that. But because he's always had that and he's always been given that opportunity, Roman's not going to understand what it's like to be told you're not good enough. Because everybody's always believed that he was. Even when the fans didn't believe it, the higher-ups did. And they pushed him anyway. So he doesn't know what it's like to flounder like Cody did. It's a difference. When he says he was bred for the business, he's not lying. This is true. They both come from two separate lineages in wrestling. The only difference is Roman has crossed paths with both lineages. He's a part of both. And Cody had to find his own way.
So we're 30 days out from WrestleMania. And these two men have a battle ahead of them. But every battle is a part of a war. And in this war, there are more key players that are playing in this war. Speaking of key players, Sami Zayn had a match tonight against Solo Sikoa. This was the final match of the night. They put up Cody and Roman in the beginning. But Sami and Solo went at the end. Sami and Solo's match was okay for the two of them. They performed effectively. Ultimately, Sami was pinned due to interference from Jimmy. Now, prior to the match, Roman, of course, was visibly irritated by Cody being very quick on his feet and shook off all of that narcissism that Roman was spewing towards him. It was so easy for him to shift the direction, and Roman just had nothing in response to say other than to smile and walk away. When he got in the back, he questioned Jimmy about where Jay was. And he lied for his brother and said that Jimmy said he needed more time. When in reality, Jay Uso told Jimmy to leave him the hell alone. That wasn't a good enough answer for Roman. So Roman is like, well, you need to figure out what's going on with your brother. But for right now, you need to go out there with Solo and take out Sami Zayn. Get rid of him. And then Paul Heyman was sitting back there, sucking dick like he always does. And he says to Paul Heyman, if Jimmy does not handle his business tonight, and Jey Uso has 1 week to get his shit together. If he doesn't come back into the bloodline, I'm not going to blame Sami. I'm going to take that shit out on Jimmy. Blood in, blood out, I guess. The Victor Suite is coming out real smooth. So, I told you. Y'all tribal chief is a tyrant, ruling by fear and anger. He's upset with Jey Uso that he could even question his authority or have any question about the bloodline's authority at all. How could he side with the traitor? Blah, blah, blah. Well, we'll have to wait and see what Jey Uso does. You know he loves his brother. And at the end of the day, they are twins. I suspect that Jey Uso will show up next Friday on Smackdown. And I'm not sure of what's going to happen. But I am curious about how it's going to play out. Those were the two major storylines that happened on the show. Tonight, we got no Charlotte. Charlotte was nowhere to be found, but Rhea Ripley's dark elf-looking ass was there, as was, throw caution to the wind, Liv Morgan. Now, these two girls had a pretty decent match. Liv Morgan held her own against Rhea Ripley. And for once, Dominic Mysterio didn't interfere, did he? You remember?
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Rhea Ripley was able to win, which we all knew what she was more than capable of. She beat Liv Morgan with a 1-2-3, but she used her, what was it? What was her submission move?
I don't remember.
Because it's not the Riptide. I know what the Riptide looks like. Somebody in the comments will say what her submission is. I'll pull it up in a second. She used her submission to tap Liv out, but she modified it a bit, dropped the girl down to the mat, and then bent her backwards. It was really gnarly looking. Liv Morgan couldn't hold on no more, and she ended up tapping. It's an inverted cloverleaf. Okay, but what she call it? What do she call? What do she call a damn move? It's an inverted clover leaf. It's called the prison break. Got it. It's an inverted clover leaf, but she calls it the prison break. Okay. But she had the girl bent up like a damn pretzel in the middle of the ring, and Liv Morgan, she just couldn't take the pain no more. So she tapped, and Rhea Ripley won her match. Now, as they was going to the back, fucking Dominic ran into Santos Escobar. Santos ended up challenging Dominic to a match, to which he had no choice but to accept. Adam made the match, and it was what it was. Now, for the most part, Santos had his ass, okay? But of course, Rhea Ripley's bitch ass was out there with him and helped him win the match. Now, at the end is where you got all the action. Santos had Rey Mysterio's signed mask out there with him for whatever reason. He ended up losing due to Rhea Ripley's interference, and Santos got his mask stolen by Dominic. Dominic ripped up the mask on both sides, and then here come Rey Mysterio. Walking out, picking up the mask, telling Dominic to give him his mask, and Dominic drops it on the floor just to be rude. As Rey Mysterio picks it up, he then hits his father in the face. We are stuck in this never-ending cycle of Dominic Mysterio being able to go over on some of the best talent in the WWE. Santos Escobar is a future champion. Future champion. There's no reason why Dominic went over on Santos. I don't care what anybody says. There was no reason for it. It built no story, in my opinion, because we're still in the same squares that we were in before. Dominic Mysterio had the piece. Dominic Mysterio beat him because Rhea cheated for him. Dominic Mysterio hits his father after baiting him, and then he still ripped the man's mask and he walked away. It's the same story that's being told every single week. And at this point, it's just not worth even talking about anymore. And I know a lot of y'all enjoy the storyline between him and his son, but I do not. I am not one to sit and watch something like this continue to happen over and over again, and there's no comeuppance. There's none. Him being taken out by Beth Phoenix, yeah, that was satisfying, but that was not Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's the one who's getting screwed out of matches. His son keep coming out there, hitting him and attacking him, and he refuses to retaliate. He refuses to do anything, only for us to wait until WrestleMania. Okay? Only for her to wait until WrestleMania, go all the way out to WrestleMania, and then he's going to end up losing at Mania. If you think that Rey Mysterio is going to win that match against Dom, you're crazy. You're crazy. He's going to lose. Rey probably going to get his mask taken off. And that's going to be his retirement match. That's going to be it. We could have had that at Royal Rumble. Y'all could have did this 2 months ago. Could have been done. Could have been over with. I'm sorry, but this is not a match that I want to see. This is not a storyline that I want to see. It has been dragged out for so long. And after watching it like this, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Now, I don't know what's going on with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, but we got more interaction between Bianca Belair and Asuka than we do with Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Y'all got to pick up the pace. We 30 days out from WrestleMania. Get it together. Because if all we're going to see is her dark F ass coming on Smackdown, having matches with people, talking about this, what I'm going to do to you, Charlotte. I quit. Because it ain't worth the time nor the effort. It just ain't. I've seen a lot of people jump for joy over that storyline. Yes, sir. All over Twitter. Oh, I'm here for this storyline with Bray and his father. It's gonna have such a great ending. It's such great storytelling. Go on Twitter. You'll see. Now, Bobby Lashley showed up on Smackdown, because he felt like he tired of waiting on Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt don't want to come to his turf. He just do his little muscle man dance. He said, I ain't got time for that shit. I'm coming over here in your shit. I'm in your face. What? What you gonna do? Well, Uncle Howdy came out there and attacked him, and Bobby almost made light work of him. Lights go out, he disappear. And that's it. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, okay. I really don't think this was the match for Bray Wyatt. I feel like he should have picked somebody else. Bobby Lashley not going to play into the story the way he should. And while I would have liked to watch Brock Lesnar be tormented, I just don't feel like neither one of them would play into the story and be fun. Like Rey Mysterio probably would play into the story. Dominic Mysterio definitely would dive into the story. Like, make it worthwhile. Make it fun to watch. This right here, I'm not feeling it. But I won't shit on it. I will let Bray Wyatt be Bray Wyatt. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. But I told people since the Thunderdome, Dom wasn't going to give. Bust your pussy out and shake some ass for some Cole's cash. I can't. She said, like the video. Meow. And no in between. PLE. Not now. Not now. I can't believe that I'm saying this, but Dominic Mysterio is even more annoying than Grayson Waller. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I could deal with Dominic because he definitely is not serious. But Grayson Waller, he be drinking his Kool-Aid heavily. Okay? He drink his Kool-Aid heavily.
A little bit of something.
Nah, they're equal to me. I agree, but at least Waller is annoying by himself. Only because he has to. Don't nobody like him. Nobody likes Waller. Character-wise, nobody likes him. Allegedly, Dirt Sheets is saying Brock didn't want to work with Bray or some shit like that. That's partially true. I believe it. But like I said, I feel like it wouldn't have mattered which meathead he went after. It would still be the same result. You know what I'm saying? It would still be the same result. And I don't know. I feel indifferent about it. I just feel like no, given Bobby's stature, the power he possesses, and everything, no, he shouldn't be afraid of Bray Wyatt. But there's got to be some element of what Bray Wyatt's doing that works on you. Like he can't just be all, yeah, I'm never going to be scared of anything. Like something has to give here. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, I don't know. I don't think nobody is catching me. Because the story don't work if everybody don't play the game. You feel what I'm saying, babe? So if I put you out there, let's play a game. Let me make it so you can get where I'm coming from. So let's say Don is out there and he's the one that Bray Wyatt is going after, right? Even though Don is going to give you attitude, Don is going to give you I'm never scared. He has to play into it at some point so that it makes sense.
You feel me? Like we got a little bit of that today with Bobby Lashley and, you know, Uncle Howdy disappearing and shit. We got a little bit, but it wasn't a lot. It was like a little hint, and that gave it so that he was off kilter for a little bit. But even then, it was just like, Uncle Howdy disappeared. Oh well, I'm bored. Let's move on. Like nobody gives a shit. Like, no, it has to make sense. It has to be plausible. And that story, it's not working. And I'm not saying it is anybody's fault, because I don't think it's anybody's fault. I just think the wrong people are in the wrong place. You feel me? Like this is the perfect time. If you didn't have anything set up for Bray Wyatt, right? The perfect time for you to have Shane McMahon be in there. Like that's the perfect person to like take on a task like that. You want somebody who is obviously not going to be there for a long time. Like if I was in charge, I probably would have Bray Wyatt going after Logan Paul. That's what I would have done. I would have had Bray go after Logan Paul. Somebody who isn't, because right now Bray, you're not doing anything with Bray Wyatt that's leading him into anything. He's not stalking anybody. He's not looking to attack anybody. They're not making a story with him right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I need it. I need it to work, and it's just not working for me right now. We love Bo Dallas. Grain of salts, people, grain of salts. Bo said, I'm still here. Brock could play into the story, but he's an ass. Well, he not going to do it, babe. He refused. So, it is what it is. Bobby going to try, but it's going to give. You got a lot of faith. I don't have a lot of faith in it. I could believe that, Kenny, but now Grayson knows how to do his job. All right. If Bray was gonna go after someone who could and would play into it, it could have been Roman, since Roman was the one to beat him for the title 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, but I think that's later on down the line after Roman drops the belts. See, that wouldn't make sense for him to go after Roman right now. Roman got a lot on his plate. Yeah, that would add to his obviously breaking down psyche, but it's a lot to pile on him at once. I think the combination of Kevin, Sammy, and Cody coming after the bloodline as a collective is a good mix of people that actually have an issue with him. Once Roman is completely stripped of all his power and the bloodline is taken from him, that's the perfect time for Bray to ascend down on Roman Reigns. That's the perfect time. You don't have to agree. It's your choice to agree or disagree. Makes no never mind to me. We had some more matches on the show. We had a little standoff out there. So Drew came out today, and Drew makes a proclamation that it's 30 days until WrestleMania, and Drew McIntyre doesn't have a match for the show. And well, Drew McIntyre is not happy about that. So what does he do? He challenges Gunther and calls him out. Well, Sheamus is like, hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy. Okay? You know damn well I've been trying to get that championship. You know damn well that is the championship that solidifies my legacy. You come out here and stab me in the back like this? How dare you? Drew like, hey, listen. You lost twice. Not trying to shit on you. Just saying. You lost twice. And it's time for somebody else to have a turn. And why not be me? I'll give you a shot if I win, because we're brothers. It was just like,
well,
y'all ain't colored, right? So Sheamus is like, hell no, they in the ring arguing. LA Knight come out there talking, and Sheamus and Drew ain't paying his ass no attention. They pay him dust. Do you hear me? Here come fucking New Day, and then here come Karrion and Scarlett, and all of them is out there arguing, fighting. And I'm like, what the fuck? And LA Knight pushes Xavier into Drew, and they all start fighting, and they kick everybody, get kicked out the ring. Drew go out there and jump over the damn ropes and take everybody out. Karrion goes in there and destroys Sheamus and throws him out. Then he in the ring talking about some TikTok. And I'm like, where we ticking to? What time is it? Huh? What? So that weird ass segment led to them setting up a fatal 4-way match for next week to determine Gunther's challenger for WrestleMania. I tell you what, if Sheamus don't win, it's a fucking conspiracy. Okay? Quite frankly, they could have just gave it to Sheamus after that match he gave him at Clash at the Castle. I don't give a damn what nobody says. And I love Drew McIntyre up and down. But your ass done lost multiple times and got many opportunities after losing. So you can't talk about nobody losing and having their chance and then coming back for another shot. Because if I recall, you had the championship, Roman had the championship. Survivor Series came around, what did you do? You lost. When you had the championship, you lost it to Bobby. You couldn't get it back. You tried to get it back multiple times. You lost it. You then moved your ass over to SmackDown. You had multiple championship opportunities. You lost it. You had multiple tag team championship opportunities. You lost it. You cannot sit up there and tell Sheamus to his face, he lost twice. It's time for him to move on. When you could not leave well enough alone when it came to Roman, the tag team titles, and anything else that you wanted. Now, right is right and fair is fair. You was the best man at this man's wedding. Y'all was supposed to be cool. You come out there and call Gunther out when you know Sheamus has a sore spot for Gunther. You wrong, Drew. You wrong. And if Sheamus whoop your ass, I won't be mad at him. I won't, because you deserved that ass whooping. You deserved it. Because you don't do people like that. You don't sidestep him like that. You know what he was going for. You know what he was working for. You know that. Okay, so LA getting that belt as he should. I wouldn't be so sure about that. He might get it sometime later this year or next year, but he ain't going to be champion at WrestleMania. I can guarantee you that. Not it's a conspiracy. Child, why don't they just put them all in a match at Mania? Because they want to have a one-on-one match with Gunther at WrestleMania. So they going to wrestle next week in a fatal 4-way. And then they going to have whoever wins go up against Gunther at WrestleMania. Now, Gunther was in the back upset because he felt like Adam was lacking leadership and choosing a significant and someone who is worthy of the Ring General's Intercontinental Championship. But he said whoever wins, he gonna take him out at WrestleMania. They gonna tear the house down, is what he said. At least that's what I remember him saying. Anyways, I know that he's a character, but Cross had no reason to be bragging or act like he ate and left no crumbs. But he didn't do anything. I agree. He just stood out there while Scarlett was rubbing on him all the time. Listen, I like Karrion, but let me tell y'all what irritates me the most about that whole dynamic. Scarlett come out there and worship him like he is some god, and it just sticks in my craw. It's just the admiration and all she has of him. And I just be like, girl, stand up. I be ready to yell like Rico, stand up, bitch. Stand up. we is tired, okay? Oh, I tried. I really did try to not be one of them type of people. I really did try to not, trip about it and just be like, you know what? It's a character. It is what it is. But I can't help it. It gets on my nerves so much. It gets on my nerves so much because it don't have to be this way. It really don't. And I can't take it no more, child. I just can't. Okay. Anyways, last match that I'm going to talk about was Shayna and Tegan Knox. So earlier in the day, Shayna, Tegan, Natalya, and Ronda got into a tizzy. Ronda hurt her arm, so she was unable to compete. So Shayna was out there with Tegan, Pretty Tegan, what they call her. And Natalya came down there with her gear on and some boots. And not the kind of boots you would buy, wrestling boots. No. Natalya had on some glitter boots. Glitter, silver, pointy-toed boots. Just let that sink into your brain. Let it marinate a little bit. Everybody got the visual? Y'all all got the visual? All right. Now, she come walking down there in her gear and her glitter boots and that beret she keep wearing. Now, Shayna was in the ring with Tegan. Tegan was able to hold her own for a little bit. But 2 minutes later, Tegan was laid out tapping. That match lasted all of 3 minutes. I push it out and be generous and say 5. Okay. Tegan ass was toe up. Her arm was hurting. Ronda was standing in the ring with Shayna. Shayna won. That was the end of that. There was no other women's matches on the card besides Tegan and Shayna and Ronda and Rhea and Liv. Rhea and Liv had lengthy time in their match. Shayna and Tegan did not. They cut that match to have enough time to do Sami and Solo's match, which was very clear, okay? Because the promo between Roman and Cody was fairly long in the beginning of the show. So I can see how they would cut that match down. Now, next week, we supposed to have the Viking Raiders going up against Strowman and Ricochet for whatever reason. I don't know. But as I said earlier, Sami got beat by Solo. It was a clean hit. He basically hit him with that Samoan spike. After Jimmy interfered, hit him with that Samoan spike, and the match was over. They attacked Sami. Sami was able to fight back, and eventually he was able to get the upper hand with the chair. Now, of course, Solo was not gonna let that happen. So once Sami would look like he was finna hit Jimmy with the chair, he backed off and ran into the crowd. Now, Jimmy obviously did not fulfill Roman's wishes at taking out Sami Zayn. So there's one problem. And also, he can't seem to get his brother Jimmy to come back home to the bloodline. So there's 2 problems. And now we are here. Now, Roman said it very clear. If Jey Uso does not return home to the family, then he's not going to blame Sami. He is going to blame Jimmy. And that means Jimmy is going to take the fall for his brother's mistakes. That's why I keep saying, am I my brother's keeper?
Yes.
There it is. There it is. So, leading into WrestleMania, it's going to be a lot of bloodline talk. Now, we haven't seen Kevin on SmackDown recently, but Sammy and Kevin at some point have to come to an agreement in order to take down the bloodline together as a cohesive unit. Now, I suspect Monday Night Raw will be interesting. Baron Corbin got interrupted by Kevin Owens again. But this time, it obviously Baron's mad at anybody who interrupts him. So, of course, he's more than likely going to attack Kevin Owens and use the fact that he was the last person to beat Roman Reigns one-on-one. Amazing. So you're probably going to have that on Monday. Otis in the storyline with him and Maxine, that's probably going to be on Monday. More than likely, you're going to see Cody back on Monday. And of course, we're going to get our resident king, Seth freaking Rollins, and Logan Paul finally going face to face, mano y mano. Okay? We're going to finally see what Logan Paul got to say. I mean, you know, Seth quick on his feet, baby. I'd be a little scared. Anyways, why do I feel like every time I upload these pictures, they never upload everything? This is so goddamn annoying. Ugh. I know that he's a character. Okay. Will Brie Bella sing in AEW Revolution 2023? Another suspense after Kenny Omega, MJF, Young Bucks join WWE in 2024. Keep that conspiracy bullshit on your page, bro. That's why you have a channel of your own to come up with your conspiracy. Okay? If she over there, that's her business. That's nothing to do with me. I highly doubt Omega or the Young Bucks would ever be in WWE. But if they decide to go back there, if they decide to go to the WWE, that's their business. MJF, I could definitely see that. But that's also his business. Not something I'm concerned with until I see some definitive paperwork. Other than that, you worry about AEW Revolution Sunday? Is it not Sunday?
I think so.
Yeah. Y'all show coming on Sunday. Y'all should be more concerned with that. That show's going to be like 4 hours. Y'all definitely going to have a lot of show to watch. So you should be probably getting some rest right now. You know, taking yourself a little bit of a nap. So you can have enough energy to watch the full show. You don't want to be falling asleep in the middle of matches, which I hear that's what they do. Because they're going to be adding matches to this show. Rampage is going to add matches to AEW Revolution. At least that's what Tony Khan said. You know, the Snowman has been saying a lot of reckless shit as of lately. But he probably is right about this, seeing as how he owns the company and whatnot. According to K-Shot Seats, Rampage kicked off at 10. It's 11 o'clock, you know. And like I said, it's going to be some it's going to be some stuff added to the AEW Revolution, sure. Of course. Well, so the match that they did add was Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Brothers are going up against Ari Daivari and the Varsity Athletes to a trios match. They challenged them to a trios match at AEW Revolution. Hobbs has that stupid ass giant brass ring that he won in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. And he says it doesn't matter who wins for Samoa Joe or Wardlow. He is going to be winning the title next week on Dynamite. So he's challenging whoever wins at AEW Revolution for the TNT Championship.
Okay, they added one more match. Jungle Boy and Christian will fight to the death, it seems. It's going to be a final burial, which is the name of their match at AEW Revolution. Ooh, if it's a buried alive match, I need to see that. Because I haven't seen one of those in years. Love it. I wish I could see that. Yes, it is. AEW Revolution is like their mania. Very much so. Not anyways. He said, I feel like I can see where it's going. Yeah. Anyway. That's so much to watch. It's definitely gonna be like 4 to 5 hours of TV, including the kickoff. Yeah, it'll be like 5 hours. And then if you turn around and watch the media scrum that they have afterwards, it's like 6-7 hours of content that you'll be watching. The show itself is long as hell. It's always long as hell. AEW Revolution is going to be on my B-Day, and I ain't paying nor watching it. Well, that's your business. You don't have to watch it. It's totally at your discretion whether you want to watch it or not. You don't have to. But your birthday is Sunday, so happy birthday for that. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense why it's 4 hours. Their pay-per-views are usually 4 hours. We're talking AEW Full Gear. They have a couple others that they do. I don't know if Fyter Fest is a pay-per-view that they have. No, it's usually AEW Revolution, Full Gears at the end of the year, and then they have that casino one. What is it? What is it called? Nicole is usually here, and she usually tells me. And now I feel like an idiot. Hold on. Premium live events. Okay. It's All Out. They have All Out. Yeah, so they have Double or Nothing, Revolution, All Out, Full Gear. Now they've added the Forbidden Door, and which is 5. Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out. Yeah, Revolution, Double or Nothing, AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door, All Out, and Full Gear are their main pay-per-views. All right. So that's how that plays out. And Revolution is usually their big kahuna. I used to think it was Double or Nothing because Double or Nothing was the one that they started with. That was their very first pay-per-view. So I always thought Double or Nothing was the bigger of was the biggest one. But everybody touts Revolution as the one because it's the beginning of the year, very similar to WWE with WrestleMania. So, and they always make Revolution a massive card. But I've noticed that all of their PLEs have massive cards. Like last year at Full Gear, they had 13 matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them went over 17 minutes. Then you had the ones that were 1, 2, 3 that were over at least 11 minutes. And then the other matches were 8 to 9 minutes long. This pay-per-view was huge. 13 matches. The average on these matches is at least 15 minutes per match. Ridiculous. That is just an obscene amount of time to sit and watch wrestling. All Out, the one where like CM Punk went like absolute ape shit at the media scrum. They had 15 matches on the card, same amount of time for matches, except Hook's match went only 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Jade Cargill beat Athena in like 4 minutes. Powerhouse beat Ricky Starks in 5 minutes. Christian Cage beat Jungle Boy in 20 seconds. Jesus. And Jericho Appreciation Society beat Ortiz and Ruby in like 6 minutes. And I think this was the match where Ruby got her nose broke. So yeah, it's not a good thing. Not they all 4 to 5 hours. Oh yeah, babe. They all are 4 to 5 hours. Good morning. How are you? Well, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a wonderful birthday. $25, that's a big number. More like ARP. Ciao. Hey, he is an AARP member. Shoot. I knew what you meant. I figured your APS stood for Appreciation Society. So I was just like, okay, I got you. I get where you're going. Now, tomorrow is Saturday, and we all get a little bit of a reprieve since they're not putting the PLE on Peacock. Tuesday, we are going to be watching a premium live event. It's going to be televised on TV. We're going to get NXT Roadblock next Tuesday. Andre Chase is going to take on Joe Gacy from Schism. Y'all know Thea Hill has been terrified and tortured by Ava Raine and her compadres. So we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out. My prediction, Joe Gacy's probably going to beat the hell out of Andre Chase. 6-man tag team match, Braun Breaker will face off against the Creed brothers and go up against Indus Sher. This could go one of two ways. The Creed brothers and Braun Breaker could go over clean on Indus Sher. Indus Sher has already beaten the Creed brothers, but Jinder Mahal has not beaten Braun Breaker. Now, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams could come out there and cost this group the win over Indus Sher, giving Indus Sher the momentum to continue to push forward and bore us for the rest of our lives. But that's up to them. I don't really care. We get a jailhouse street fight between Dijak and Tony D'Angelo. I'm be honest, I don't care about this match either. I'm just being fair to myself and letting you know I don't care. JC Jane and Gigi Dolan are going to go at it. Gigi poured her heart out last week on NXT and made sure the world knew where she was coming from and how she was going to start her journey as an individual competitor. With all that being said, JC Jane has been mouth almighty, tongue everlasting ever since she kicked Gigi Dolan in the head on Ding Dong Hello some weeks back. Whoever wins in this match probably is going to set themselves up to be a future competitor for whoever is the women's champion at NXT Roadblock. Speaking of the women's champion, Roxanne Perez is going up against Miko Satomura. They had their stare down last week after Miko defeated Zoe Starks. Now, I don't believe that Roxanne Perez is going to drop this title to Miko Satomura. I think Miko Satomura is a stepping stone for Roxanne so that she can better herself in the ring and also beat one of the greatest NXT UK women's champions of all time. With all that being said, she has a slew of opponents that she could basically face off against at Stand and Deliver. Roxanne is a champion that will give anybody a shot. With Tiffany Stratton coming up behind her because she's won a couple matches and she's got her new titties, she's ready to roll and fight. She's put up some pretty good matches and put on some pretty good fights in the match with some people that she's been going up against. And Tiffany made it very clear that she was next in line to challenge the current champion, whoever that may be, at Stand and Deliver. So we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out to see who will Tiffany to have to go up against to take the championship. And then, of course, more than likely, this will probably be at the top of the key in the middle of the show. Grayson Waller invited Shawn Michaels to be a special guest on his Grayson Waller Effect. Now, if you know what you know, then you know that Grayson Waller has never been a fair player. So this isn't a situation of let's talk this out. This is going to be an exposure. He's going to make it seem like Shawn Michaels has it out for him. And he obviously was not meant to beat Braun Breaker because Shawn Michaels he provided it so that Braun Breaker could beat him. Something is going to happen to where Shawn Michaels gets attacked and somebody's going to come in there and save him, whether it be an old head like Booker T or it be one of the newbies in the back. Either way, I don't see this working out well for Shawn Michaels. Grayson Waller is very transparent to me, so I usually see what he's doing and where he's going, but it just seems like everybody just purposefully ignores him, which I just don't understand. Anyways, that is your PLE lineup for NXT next week. Now, if you watch Level Up has some little pieces as well. Dante Martin is going up against this dude. They seem to be building up new people. And, of course, Oro Mensah is going up against Thorpe. And I did have the graphic card for Tatum Paxley. She is going up against that all came on today, actually, right after Smackdown on the Peacock Network. So I apologize for not telling y'all earlier. But Valkyra is going up against Tatum Paxley. So usually they take a little while for it to come up on usually they take a little while for them to come up and put it on the Peacock Network for Level Up. I don't watch Level Up, so y'all gonna have to figure that one out on your own. But there you have it. WWE has a couple of new things going on the website. The new championship series is there. They have Mankind, Ric Flair's, Brock Lesnar's, Randy's belt is up there. They have at least 2 belts for John. One is a signature and one is a legacy belt, I think. They have a legacy belt for, of course, The Undertaker, and they have one for Macho Man Randy Savage, and I think they have one for Ultimate Warrior too. There's a couple of legacy belts up there, but these are the signature series belts, and y'all see how gaudy Ric Flair's belt is. It's a mess. Anyways, so there you have it. We had Smackdown. Told y'all about Monday Night Raw, and Monday Night Raw is also gonna have Bianca Belair challenging or getting challenged by Carmella. Carmella's going to be going up against Bianca. And you know that Asuka's going to be lurking around somewhere. So we got all of that going on. Monday Night Raw is going to be set up Monday. You're going to have Tuesday's PLE. It's a TV PLE. And then, of course, Friday, we're going to have the big kahuna going down with Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and the whole thing. We're going to see how it all plays out, y'all. But that is that, and it is what it is. Y'all make sure that y'all go over to Down for the Account because there are not 1, not 2, but 3 episodes of Down for the Count up right now. They all went up today at 6 o'clock. Y'all can head on over there and listen to the hot takes because that was the name of the episode. This week, me, Nicole, and our 2 guests, Don and Rico, we all were talking about hot takes. Hot takes that would definitely get us in trouble with the fan base or just in trouble as a whole, okay? But next time we do hot takes, I'm going to go even deeper, and we're going to have a real cool conversation about some of y'all favorite superstars, and about some of y'all favorite hot takes as well. We got a couple things to talk about, and I think next week hot takes will be another one that I want to do because I actually really like that. That conversation is so much fun. It was so much in depth, and it gives you so much insight into certain takes that people make that sometimes make sense, sometimes they don't. And at the same time, it also helps you kind of
check your balances, and get yourself together, especially if you are being a little bit out of pocket when it comes to wrestlers, storylines, or anything. Like Don said it best on the show, watch TV like you're watching TV. Wrestling is a TV show at the end of the day. And he is absolutely right. All right. So make sure you check that out. The KTT podcast is getting itself together. Okay. I have to upload all of the stuff, get it all spaced out, and have it scheduled to run out and post. So don't worry. The Am I the Asshole posts are coming. I've added in Petty Revenge, and of course the Bridezilla stuff is there as well. And we still got the BS is BSing because babe, so much shit happening in the world. I had to include the BS is BSing. And of course, me and Donnie are going to be talking about TV shows. I think I'm going to do that one next week because we're going to be doing Fashion Files for Down for the Count next week. And I don't want to combine the two. Plus, I need time to finish watching everything. So, tomorrow I got homework to do because Donnie's going to be on my ass if I don't. And you guys got homework too. So, next... I'm going to go live Thursday because Wednesday I have something to do. Next Thursday, I'm going to be over here in a special episode. Matter of fact, no, I'm going early live on Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, I'm going to go live at 5 p.m. 5 p.m., I'm going live. Y'all need to put y'all hot takes. Get y'all hot takes together for next week. And it's going to be Hot Takes Wednesday. And we're going to talk. We're going to see what kind of hot takes y'all put in there and what kind of arguments and debates we're going to have next Wednesday. Okay? We're going to see. That's how we're going to start the show off next week. We're going to start off at 5 p.m. Do not forget. We're going to be here at 5 p.m. because I am getting off at around 9 so I can film and record the Fashion Files with the boys. Okay? So y'all make sure y'all come back over here. Okay? 5 p.m. I wouldn't do it at 5 a.m. because none of you hoes is going to be awake. Okay? 5 p.m. over here on YouTube, we're going to be doing hot takes. I may pull up on Instagram at the same time. See what they got going on over there. Since I'm supposed to go live on Instagram anyways, I might do them both simultaneously because I can, right? So, y'all, it's going to be an interesting day Wednesday. I'm going to go live at 5 on Wednesday, and I'm probably going to be doing my damnedest, child, to get everything out and get it done. But y'all know what? We're going to have a good time Wednesday. We're going to start at 5 and end at 9. So, that's 4 hours that I got. If it gets slow and niggas don't want to entertain or at least be a part of the show, I'm going to end it with the SBC chat, and then it's going to be a done-so deal. All right. With all that being said, y'all make sure y'all follow my personal podcast, the KTT. That's where we talk about regular stuff that's in the news, stuff that you don't necessarily want to talk about here. I talk about over there. And make sure y'all go over to Down for the Count where you can get an example of the hot takes and how we're going to go about it. If you would rather us talk about the hot takes, then send your hot takes to me at Smackdown TV 2 on Instagram, or you can send it to our Twitter at Down for the Count 19. Any topic can be sent to us. You can either tweet us live, you can add us, or you can DM us with the tweet. We'll get it, and we'll see if that's a hot take we want to put on the show. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all listening to me rant and rave about wrestling. I am going to go to bed so I can get up tomorrow in the morning and start watching the TV shows that I was supposed to watch and get everything rolling, okay? Y'all don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell when you do. And make sure that you guys, I need you guys to, interact in the group, in the chat. That's why we have the chat box, okay? Interact. Enjoy, okay? Damn, I'm just y'all rude. I will talk to y'all probably Monday. Yeah, Monday night. I'll be back after Monday Night Raw.